Hello and welcome. Today we're going to look at the new filters and effects in Shotcut. I'm real excited. Give this video a like if you like any, and subscribe if you want to see the next video with cool new effects as they come out. We're going to start with a trails filter, but before we activate it, let's take a look at this animation. It's just a guy walking around. In the background there's the sped up nature, and then there's this guy, the skull. He'll become important later. Okay, so let's enable the trails filter and see what happens. Okay. Not much. Oh, there we go. I see. You might think it's just my playback quality or maybe your playback quality, but you can see there's a trail of him walking around. And if we increase the amount to, let's go for 21 frames, it allows you to do, ghost effects. It allows you to do ghost effects. It allows you to do speed up or slow down effects, I suppose. My preview is a bit slow about this, and the preview is a bit laggy. But it looks pretty cool. Let's go a bit lower with maybe 4 frames and play. Yeah, kind of gives it a slow-mo effect. Speaking of, let me just save this project and let me just combine this with slow motion. I'm gonna go to properties and set the speed to 0.5. Okay, there we go. And now let's see how this filter applies to that. Let's put this to 8 frames. This is a 24 frames per second video, by the way, so that should be like 1/3 of a second. Okay. I really don't like this at this moment because there's a new clip, I suppose. Maybe if we hide this clip, it doesn't happen. Yeah, it seems to be better. Yeah, I like this. And now let's go frame by frame. Oh, I guess there's more to it than I thought. Not sure if this is intended, but if I go frame by frame, it kind of waits every 4th frame. Or is it every 8th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's every 4th. This is interesting. So I'm just going to restore the save point and I'm going to remove the filter. And now let's try the next. Choppy. Now that sounds cool, and that is pretty cool. Let's take a look with the standard value. Oh, okay. Okay, this is not as cool as I thought. Basically, it reduces the frame rate by skipping every few frames. Let's go for 12. That should be 2 frames per second. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is if you want to pretend there's stop motion going on, or if you want to make it feel laggy. This should be 1 frame per second in this case. Come on, 2. A bit slower. Feels a bit slower. Must be the delay. I think this might be more interesting for this one, so let's try Choppy. And we're gonna just go for 2 frames. Okay, 4 frames. And 6 frames. And 8 frames. Might be interesting. What about... Whoa, no, not 68. 1 frame seems to be skipping every 2nd frame, and 0 frames just disables it, basically. Okay, that was Choppy. Let's continue with nervous. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Nervous. And let's play with the default values. Yeah. This just feels like a video playback bug. Oh man, I want to go for 5 frames. What it does, it basically jumps at relative random, I guess complete random intervals to plus or minus 5 frames from the current frame, which I love. It just allows you to make glitch effects super nicely. Say, don't we have actual glitch? Yeah, let's combine this. Now the order of how you add this might be interesting, but let's try it like this. This is a bit too high. Let's reduce the frequency, reduce the blocks. Okay, and if we change the order. Okay. Not sure if the order affects things. Glitch might be randomized anyways and not based on I don't know, the same thing. But I like this. I like this combination. And actually I want to copy these and try them on this because this has a nice... no, not so... Maybe a bit higher frame rate. Yeah, actually for this very slow video, let's go for a very high frame rate. I mean frame amount. It can jump up to 2 seconds. 48 frames in this case. Yeah, I like that. And now let's put the glitch below. let it... Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's get rid of a glitch. I think just the nervous one might be cool enough. Let's try it with less. 24. Yes, I kind of like this. Now, I actually want to combine this with Choppy, because it's a bit too hectic. A bit too hectic. Let's try it out. Okay, this is being too slow. Maybe if we change the order. Not too sure. Not too sure, but I am quite excited about these. Let's go back, check out the next filter. Next filter is no sync. Also great for retro or for glitch effects. But you have to time it yourself. Let's see, is there a preset? Okay, so let's time it. I mean, let's keyframe it. Let's set keyframe here, and I guess here. But this is annoying that you cannot set values beyond 100 and under 0, because you want to circle it around, and yeah, the keyframing system needs some changes, because you really need to go beyond 100%, like in Blender, or I'm sure Premiere allows that as well. Olive? I think Olive allows it as well. Yeah, we need to be able to set values to infinite, basically, in both directions. Right, so this is what you can do, and of course if you combine it with, for example, nervous, this is what I want. I want the no sync to stay normal. Yeah, so I need to change the order, but I want the picture to be crazy. Yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted the picture to be like a bit crazy, but the movement of the no sync filter, that kind of makes it okay again. It stabilizes, makes it more less hectic, as even though it's totally crazy going on in the background. Yeah, I love this. Man, the combinations of these new filters are great. Let's continue. We are only at number 5 now, Dither. Now this I know from GIMP and image processing, especially interesting for GIF export. Basically it reduces color amount and adds some kind of grid to kind of a pop art filter to, I guess, allow for reducing the amount of information even more. So there's levels. I guess this means to how few colors we reduce. 0% is, I don't know what to make of it. Yeah, I don't know the technical details behind all of this, but there's a lot of stuff you can play around with. And the cool thing is you can add keyframes. So we're going to set this from low to high and set this to max and to low again. Let's take a look. This is of course quite fast, but yet again great for glitch stuff. Excellent. Man, I'm really loving how the developer apparently got a taste for a glitch. Alright, Vertigo. I am very curious about how this will look on this kind of clip. Oh wow! Okay, yeah, definitely Halloween timing, perfect Halloween timing by the developer. In case you didn't know this, wow. The time right now is close to Halloween. And this is pretty excellent. So you can add some kind of shake, and there's this kind of zoom in with ghost effect. And yeah, the zoom, let's see, is 100 normal? I don't quite understand. Okay, default values are 20 and 2. Yeah, kind of smooth. Let's try it out on the skull. Gonna copy this and paste it in here. Yeah, this is nice. This is trippy. I don't even know what's going on in the background of the code, but this is pretty awesome. I love this. Just look at the difference. No vertigo. Yes, vertigo. Shortcut. Color me impressed. We are going to continue with Halftone. Now this one seems very similar to Dither, and it looks basically like a pop art filter to me. Yeah. Now what I really like is basically we can keyframe all of this. Let me just increase the keyframe window here. Okay, looking good. We're just gonna get everything up and then reduce again one by one. and play around with values and have some fun. Okay, let's take a look at this, what the result of this is. Hopefully it's not too laggy. Oh, but I think it might be. Oh, okay, so radius of 0 doesn't do anything, so let's not do that. There we go. Okay, this is too slow. Let me just render this so you can look at the result. Okay, okay, here's the end result. Crazy. Crazy, I quite like it. Okay, next one is Posterize. That one's a classic. Basically, it's also a way to reduce colors and make it look lo-fi, retro, whatever you want to call it. Let's, I think we can do this in real time. Let's play around with the values. We're just gonna bump it up to 100%. Okay, so 0% is the highest setting. Okay, it's jumping up, the color coming back. Okay, that was a bit too quick. Let's reduce it to maybe 9% and then maybe 16%. Let's take a look at this slower transition. Well, these jumps are interesting. Definitely a great combination with other creepy effects. I think this guy might profit from it. There are only 2 basic colors in here. Let's try it out. Bam, boom, bang, boom. The choppy effect is interesting, although probably not very desired in most. Actually, I guess that's what it comes with it. If you don't like it, don't use it. Interesting, really interesting effect. I do like how the cloud looks different, very nice. Video game developers also use these kinds of effects to make their game seem lo-fi. Alright, we're gonna reduce these filters and now we're gonna check out the threshold effect. Now, what exactly this does, I'm not exactly sure, but I guess it's a black and white, looks like a black and white filter. So, yeah, looks like basic convert to black and white, and here's the level at which black is black and at which pixels are black and at which pixels are white. Very interesting for transitions. Of course, my clip here is way too long for that, but it is kind of cool. Yeah, for extremely stylized stuff, very nice. Very nice. And probably awesome for alpha effects, which maybe we will see later. And let's continue with elastic scale. That one I'm really curious about. It's a non-linear horizontal scaling, if I understand correctly. Let's check with linear width first. Okay. 0% linear width. So at default, it doesn't have an effect. But as soon as you add to it, the center gets kind of squished, while the outside gets stretched. Actually, this looks like an effect that might be useful for turning horizontal video into vertical video, the other way around, vertical video into horizontal video, but I don't think that's right. It just looks like what many YouTubers and so on use when they work with vertical video, but they have to publish on a horizontal format like YouTube. Well, let's set it to maybe 25. 25, okay, and now let's play around with this value. So this... What? That is interesting. Let's try this one out. Okay, getting a bit laggy. That is fun. Probably not what... I mean, cropping would be easier for what I'm just achieving, but this is still kind of fun. Oh, let's try this. I mean, you can create some weird and crazy perspectives with that. Whoa. Maybe useful for some kind of teleporter effects. And now we have non-linear scale factor. So you can kind of manipulate how the scaling works in the center and in the border areas. Well, let's give it another look. Let me know in the comments what you think this is useful for. To me, I can only guess at this point. Very interesting stuff. Not sure what it's being used for in real-world applications. Here we only have these color blobs falling, but they are way too slow. Okay, let's clean up, and finally we're gonna try out blend mode. Blend mode. Now this one overrides the standard composite effect between tracks, so you have to have multiple video tracks. Blend mode over, standard. Add. Okay, this is where this is gonna become interesting. But first let's play around with these values. Add, saturate. This is quite slow, of course. No, it's actually quite okay. It's not so bad. Screen, overlay. So these are standard overlay effects that you have in GIMP as well, for example. Darken. Darken is one of my favorites to go-tos in GIMP. Dodge, burn. I never really learned what exactly they do. It has something to do with math between pixels, and as far as I understand, you can multiply the pixels and then maybe modulate or just set a limit. You can differentiate, you can get the negative value between 2 pixels and then probably also modulate. Exclusion. Yeah, okay. and then HSL hue, HSL saturation, what? It doesn't seem to work, or I don't know, and HSL color, trippy, and HSL luminosity also doesn't seem, I think in GIMP, luminosity would work in such a situation. Anyways, I was really curious how this would work with this thing. Once we apply this threshold, and now we add blend mode, and now we set this to, how about add? Yep, this is kind of what I had in mind. Check it out. Trippy. So with this, you can build your own custom transitions in an interesting way. I'm going to demonstrate this like this. So if we keyframe this thing, let's set this to 100 and then, no, actually this has to be at 0. And then the first frame has to be at 100 as well. And then we go back to timeline. Let's look at this. So we fade out and we fade back in. So you could transition between two clips this way with a custom animated transition. Pretty cool stuff. And all you had to use for a custom animated transition is some video clip which you apply the threshold effect on. Without it, it doesn't look at all that good. Here. No, that's not it. That is not it. Yeah, so definitely do that with threshold in combination. Pretty cool. That was it for the filters and effects in Shotcut, the latest version. Give this video a like, subscribe to this channel. Let me know in the comments what you think of them, which one is your favorite. And if you have any problems, write a comment or check out my other video tutorials. And I hope you have fun making new videos with these new effects. Until next time, ciao!